Are you tired of the same old pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 4,000 hours of the best pro wrestling events from over 110 of the biggest names in the industry from over 15 countries around the globe. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
Ew, and welcome to the Blade Job, episode 59. 58, not quite 59, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
I mean, 59 will be next week. So that's why, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
That's how
7 to 8 days.
That's how timing works. Or 14, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
The future's unpredictable.
The future.
My name
Yours.
is High Voltage Scott Perkins. With me,
Voltage.
as always, is Björgen Johansson.
Hello.
He's not always here.
He's not always here.
I've only
Neither
missed
are you.
one episode.
You missed like 40.
One.
40.
Since I've been here, since episode 33, I've missed one.
Yeah, that doesn't count. 40. Anyways.
That's about how many I've missed. Also is JRT,
Jerk.
the man behind the other microphone. And Trash Can.
I'm thinking about stealing
He's
your
a
spot,
trash
by the
can.
way.
Why?
I don't know, because I feel like I'm going to need to see the TV when I do other stuff, and I don't want to be like moving the chair back and forth. It's a whole
I'll
thing.
just have that chair then.
No, fuck off. You'd be happy you have normal chairs now.
Can I just stay at either end of the table?
Yours looks like a Space Commander chair, and it's pretty cool.
I'm on the Orville. It's a great show.
Orville Redenbacher?
That's
No,
what I thought.
The Orville.
Orville Wright? He was one of the Wright brothers.
Yeah, they rap battled the Mario brothers one time. It was awesome.
I don't think that happened.
It did. I'll show you after the show.
That's okay.
Too bad.
The Goombas loved it.
That's racist.
I mean, it might be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just know
I
that's
got
what those little
nothing.
mushroom people are called.
But anyway, you can find the show at our website, which is thebladejob.com. You can also listen to this podcast anywhere podcasts are found, which, I mean, you're already listening, so I'm sure you found it somehow. YouTube, Stitcher,
What
Google
if they're
Play,
at a friend's house?
iTunes,
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio,
Spotify.
I think Apple Music. I might have said that. I don't know. I don't like
Some of us just call it
iPhones.
iTunes.
iTunes, that's a thing? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think
That's
Siri
the
calls it
platform.
iTunes.
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 Yeah.
And Siri's an
Search
Apple
for
thing.
iTunes.
Then she can't pronounce it?
No.
Dumb fuck. That's okay. Her battery will break in a year, and then you'll have to get a new one.
Yep.
Maybe the next one.
It doesn't break. It's just turned off
It just
by
slows
Apple.
down. Although I will say my Galaxy, I feel like the battery's getting slow. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, I had a Galaxy for fucking 6 years.
I know. It's
My
been draining
last
like
one.
crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
Probably an app or something.
Yeah, it's all that weird porn that you look at. Anyway, best way to get to us is through our Twitters, and you can follow me at Bladejob Perkins. Where can we follow you, John?
At Bladejob Jolin.
And how about you, Jert McGirt?
At
Jerty Pants?
the Blade Job show is usually where I am.
Yep. You have another one, though.
I do. At Blade Job JRT.
That's true. And you can say all sorts of crazy shit, and we'll say even crazier shit
No, I love
back.
it when people tag the show and my personal.
And, you get,
And it's people who know that it's me on both ends. So now,
looking at you, Mike Aaron
and Graham,
and Graham.
I used to do it just to promote your other one.
I don't even promote my other one anymore. I check it like 3 times a day. Usually when like MC Lars says something neat, and I'm like, "Hey, MC Lars, what up?
What up, Lars?
What up, Lars?"
He's a nice guy.
So AEW held a press conference the other day.
They did.
There you go. Start talking.
Kenny Omega was there.
No, he wasn't. Like I said, I broke this news on Twitter that I know a guy who knows a guy. Double or Nothing is a one-off appearance, and that he's actually going to be in the pre-show match of Backlash in a mixed match challenge match teaming with Alicia Fox against Hornswoggle and Renee Young. It's breaking news. Nobody's heard that before except for the people who saw it on Twitter.
I'd watch that.
I would too.
It needs a special guest ref, but then I'm watching it.
You wouldn't watch Renee Young in a ring?
I mean,
I would, just to see what was good.
I mean, Ambrose has probably taught her some moves.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't like it.
Dirty deeds.
Nope. I still don't like it.
I'm saying that in the bedroom he double arm DDTs her. Not in a sexy way either.
Oh, okay.
Just in a violent
I
way.
was like, ooh, a sexual DDT.
They go through so many coffee tables.
Yeah. She just stopped buying them at this point.
Where do I put this?
You know,
fast
Ambrose
food?
She's like, we're gonna get this gymnast mat. That's gonna be our new coffee table.
You know, Ambrose just doesn't spend money.
Yeah.
He's notorious. He's not cheap, but he just doesn't buy things
Yeah.
for
Well, yeah.
himself.
He's
I
like an
mean,
old guy that lived through the Depression.
I would buy like food for myself, but if I was on the road, I wouldn't have shit in my apartment.
Right.
Be like, you know what? I'm gonna save all this money now, and then when I fucking retire,
That's
then
what
I'm gonna
Punk
buy.
did. Punk still, I think, lives in his apartment in Chicago.
Yep.
And I think the last time I heard, he had well over $10 million in the bank.
That's why, not to go to a completely different sport, but Marshawn Lynch did that, the football player. He literally only lived off endorsement money. So all his NFL paychecks, he never
Isn't
spent
that
a dime.
what that Patriots guy
Yeah,
did?
Gronk does it.
Does he really?
Yeah, he hasn't spent a single cent of Patriots money.
And they both did a Conan Mortal Kombat video, so it's like maybe they talked about it
Mortal
together.
Kombat.
Like, hey man, I didn't spend any money. That's awesome.
Hey man,
Marshawn Lynch is like, yeah, dog.
Do you
that's
have an
cool."
IQ as low as I do? Yeah, sweet man,
All right.
bro.
Dude, Gronk bought a party bus and like just goes out and gets hammered.
Here's
and then he
the
doesn't have to
low
drive.
IQ I'm talking about.
Does he know how to drive?
I don't know.
I don't know if he does.
Anyways,
Either way.
AEW held a press conference
Yep.
for Double or Nothing.
Double
it
down.
Was a ticket release announce party because what?
Are they? So,
I signed up for the pre-sale.
So what I want to know is
Driving to Las Vegas?
I don't know. It's in May. Something could change.
you should fly. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Although like driving across country is pretty cool, but like I don't know.
I don't
I
have
feel like
AC
they're
in my
just
car.
having these big crazy fucking press conferences and announcements and shit. It's like, oh, here's this press conference. We're releasing new T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like neat. Fucking where's the wrestles?
I feel like
Show me the fucking wrestles.
see, I'm not sure if these conferences they're doing are Cody and the Bucks ideas or if they're the Khan's ideas because they want to drum up as much publicity as they can because at the end of the day, if someone's going to lose money, it's them, not exactly.
I really think it's their way of gauging how many people are interested.
So
How many people are going to show up? How many people are going to tune in to watch live?
just like you're saying, I'm not going to invest in something until you start telling me what the future is. Because they're getting a lot of praise, rightfully so, for some really good progressive ideas. But the Bucks came out and they said, we are going to revolutionize tag team wrestling. How? They didn't say anything. All they said is, we want better tag team wrestling. And everyone was like, yes, 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 we do too.
Yeah, tag
they
team
didn't fucking
wrestling's
do anything.
cool.
All they said is, yup, that's what we want. I like the Bucks. I love the Bucks. The Bucks are probably the best tag team on the planet right now. But none of them said anything.
Yeah.
Brandy keeps talking about how, they're going to have the best women's division and they're so focused on the women's division and they've got some really great signees. But what's going to be different between your women's division and TNA's women's division and like 3 women on WWE's roster and NXT? Like what's different about yours? What makes it better?
And not to mention, like, the tag team division that you have so far is 3 Ring of Honor tag teams and an Impact tag team.
Yep. Like,
Well, granted, Impact and Ring of Honor are just super indies at this point.
Right. So you've seen all of these people wrestle with the exclusion of SCU.
But you haven't necessarily seen them wrestle each other. And I get that as far as I can tell, in my research, I couldn't find the Bucks versus the Lucha Bros.
yeah, it happened.
Because I couldn't, or at least I couldn't find somewhere to watch it. I couldn't find somewhere to see it without giving someone money.
Right.
I didn't see anything in my search.
They have wrestled and I have watched some of it. Maybe I've watched a whole match. I don't know.
Well, in which case, if they have wrestled, how is this changing tag team wrestling?
Right.
We've seen Best Friends versus Young Bucks.
they want to they want to make it
They want the
flashy,
tag teams to
new.
main event.
Yeah, which is fine. Tag
Great.
teams can absolutely main event, but that's not really different.
No.
It's what
And
they did it all
mean,
in,
it's-
and it was garbage because they had to rush an entire match in fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because Cody Rhodes is known for going over time.
Yep.
And I know it wasn't just Cody's fault. Hangman went long. Skrull went long. Essentially,
That MJF match was long.
the buddies of the Bucks went long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm worried about AEW in general is these guys are in charge, but they're also wrestlers. So people want to see them wrestle, but they also need to step back and not be the spotlight.
Yeah.
This company, if they're really talking about changing the world, changing the universe, changing professional wrestling, they need to understand that they are not the main event. The main event should be the change.
Yeah.
It should be Kylie Ray. It should be MJF. It should be even Hangman Page, because he's like 23?
Yeah.
He's super young.
He's super young.
He's got Cody's got to be in his mid.
Were you just going to say he has a huge dong?
He has a huge dong.
That's gross and inappropriate, and I won't have that.
And accurate.
I don't know. I've never seen his dong.
I mean, he got in a feud with Joey Ryan, so it had to be over penis size.
Adam Page is 27.
Oh, wow. He's older than I thought he was.
Yes.
Well, I thought he was that young too, and then I saw recently that he was a teacher for a while, like he taught high school, and I was like, well, that doesn't
So
make
he's
sense.
a young wrestler. He hasn't
He's been wrestling
for
since he was
long.
15.
Oh, damn.
But so he realized I saw like a little video that they did for Double or Nothing, and he was like, I had realized I had to get a real job, so I taught Monday through Friday at a high school, and then I wrestled Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, good for him. I hear a lot of people doing that.
It makes sense.
Spike Dudley did the
'Cause then
same
you
thing.
get-
He was a teacher, and he was just wrestling on the side.
Yeah.
Gilbert was a janitor.
What's his name? Isn't Chase Del Monte a teacher too?
Yeah.
So but it makes sense because you get so many vacations.
Facebook recommended him as a friend under his shoot name.
I saw that.
I
yeah.
was like, oh, shit, it's Chase Del Monte. I like him. I saw him wrestle JT Dunn in a cage match in Hudson. It was a very good match.
Ooh.
Very good match, actually. That was one of my favorite cage matches I've ever been to live.
Who did we see them wrestle?
Was
Was that Maine? Was it them versus MSP?
No.
It was them versus the two guys that are always from Massachusetts. in
Oh, the
orange.
Logan brothers?
Well,
No,
no,
the ones
they're
in
part
orange.
of. It was the Mill City Hooligans versus
The ones in orange. What are they called?
The Hoods?
Orange?
The Hoods. Yeah, the Hoods. Yeah,
That's
right.
not who I saw.
No, is it not the Hoods?
Massage Force, I think. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. We're wasting
Who are
time.
the two? Now it's gonna drive me nuts. I don't know their names.
I don't know.
They're always there with their kids.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of them because
Keith Slater?
they don't.
They're from the 508, but he wears the New York City tank top every single time they come out. He's really little.
That's the Hoods.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Hoods.
Okay.
Anyways, we just saw the Logan brothers versus them. It wasn't the Mill City. Chase Almonte was there, but he wasn't in the match.
Oh, okay.
So that's why you're confusing me. Because the Mill City Hooligans are the three of them. The Logan brothers are just the brothers.
We saw Chase wrestle, but I forget who it was.
Yeah,
against.
it was a 6-man tag. I'm pretty sure it was Massage Force and like Johnny Cockstrong or some shit like that.
Okay.
You know what'd be fun?
Yeah.
If Chris Dickinson wrestled for AEW.
That's the thing is I really want to.
Guys that WWE won't touch.
Oh, well, Dickinson has a lot more chance in WWE than a lot of guys because he works for Evolve.
Yes, but he also
Isn't-
powerbombed Kimberly, and people get mad about that.
No, they didn't get mad about the powerbomb. They got mad about him wrapping a chair around her face because that was a vicious chair shot.
And you're thinking of the German against the window against the.
No, the
Turnbuckle?
Pazuzu bomb.
Pazuzu bomb.
The same night he hit her with the chair. Both videos made their rounds on the internet about people talking how violent intergender wrestling is. Blah 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 blah.
So
blah.
then give them 5 years or less than that for them to actually have intergender wrestling and nobody.
Yeah,
will
but
care.
they still won't allow them to wrap a chair around their face
No,
anymore.
no.
Well, no, they don't do that.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm curious, and I know that no one in the industry actually listens to any of this because it's nonsense. I want to talk.
They would if it was on video.
I doubt it, because then they couldn't listen to it in their car. There you go.
Fuck.
People have TVs in their cars.
Shh. I'm curious to talk to larger indie promoters, not super indies, not, hey, come and see Kevin Nash and fucking Mick Foley and, Corey Graves. I'm talking like big indie.
Where is that happening?
Big time
probably
wrestling.
NEW or
Yeah.
Big Time Wrestling. I want to talk to your Beyonds, your Limitless, your Wrestling as a Tomorrow, your Chaotic Wrestling about Chaotic Wrestling really, they kind of have a lot of, since they have the school, it's really homegrown talent.
Yeah.
A lot of their guys, but when you look at Beyond and you look at AEW's roster and you go, well, fuck, that's half of Beyond's roster is gone. And then a ton of other people that you would love to see in Beyond, but you can't now because they're out of Ring of Honor, they're out of New Japan, but they're right into AEW.
Yeah.
I'm curious to, obviously these promoters can find, there's a lot of talent out there, and this is good. I mean, AEW is good for the business. There's going to be all this cool shit that's going to happen. They're going to have, like I was saying, I'm hoping they take the ECW route, 1 2-hour show a week, and then a pay-per-view every month and a half to 2 months.
Yeah.
Don't oversaturate it. Take time to build your storylines.
6 to 8 pay-per-views a year.
You're still doing a weekly live show. Do your show live if at all possible.
So then dildos can't fucking spoil it, because I guarantee you, if AEW tapes their shows,
especially with
every week.
I'm not saying AEW fans, because I think for the most part the wrestling community as a whole is excited about this because it signals change in the industry. So I'm actually just going to say Bullet Club fans are rabid and so obsessed. A lot of American New Japan fans, 50% of them suck. This is the only real wrestling. Everything else is good, blah, blah. But then you've got people Phoenix NGPW?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Amy.
Who's she kind of looks at it the same way we do, where she's like, hey, look, it's fucking wrestling. Why can't we just like wrestling?
Yeah.
Because,
and those people also are going to eat it, because now it's not the only wrestling that matters to them, so they can't say that anymore.
Yep.
It's do I think that WWE has some pretty garbage storylines? Yes.
100%.
Did
yes.
WCW have some pretty garbage storylines? Yes.
Oh God, yes, they
did.
did.
ECW had garbage storylines?
No, they didn't.
Oh yeah, they did. Well, they didn't really have storylines half the time.
Exactly.
TNA was brilliant when it started, and then it had a good 6 or 7 years where it was shit.
Yep.
Ring of Honor didn't have storylines for a long time because it was essentially just an indie promotion, and it was churning out, because that was the whole thing, is the code of honor and everything. It was all about the wrestling to them, and it was great. Then they had a span where they were getting bigger, and now people, they care, but I don't think Ring of Honor is a shadow of what it used to be.
Well, yeah, I feel like AEW is going to take a lot of viewership away from Ring of Honor.
Well, especially because half their roster went to AEW.
Right. And it's a lot of the people that people went to see.
Yeah.
The Bucks.
Well, that's why they're
Cody.
saying, people are speculating that the American viewership of New Japan is going to go down now that Jericho's not going to be there. Now
Jericho, Kenny,
the Bucks, Cody,
Adam Page,
best friends.
Marty's the only one there.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see that 50%, and you're right, it is 50% of those people who stick around and still talk about New Japan now that all their favorites are gone.
Well, and that's the thing is it's not that I'm not a fan of New Japan. I just don't have fucking time to follow it.
No, but those diehards that are this is the only thing that matters. Now that all their favorites are in a different show, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
But it's there's so much wrestling out there. I just feel there's no reason to not like anything verbally. Right. I don't think there's any reason. Just if I was walking down the street and I saw someone in a Bullet Club shirt, and I was like, yo, BC for life or too sweet, whatever, I don't fucking know. And they were like, yeah, man, yeah, BC, so you like wrestling? I was like, yeah. And they said, what do you watch? And I said, oh, well, I was a big WCW and ECW fan. I watch WWE. I go to a lot of indie shows. And they were like, well, hold on. I only watch New Japan. I would say, okay, bye. And I would walk away, because that's just negativity for the sake of negativity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're creating a hierarchy and a thing that doesn't need hierarchy.
Yep. I think all wrestling's good. I like to watch WWE because it's cheap and there's a lot of it. But I
The
also
storylines may suck, but the in-ring action is usually very good.
it's usually very good. They can afford to do many things that other
TLC
promotions
matches.
can't. Right.
Hell in a Cell.
Hornswoggle against Chuck Taylor. Drew said that was the most expensive match they've ever had.
And there was, 2 ladders,
There was a
2
couple
tables,
ladders,
some
some
thumbtacks, and some
Yeah,
chairs.
and a table. Dick Justice went through a table.
I said 2
That's right.
tables.
Maybe you did. Maybe I'm not listening.
Yeah,
Maybe nothing's new. Oh, that got aggressive fast.
it did.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all
depressing.
right.
But anyway, it's like that's their most expensive match. WWE does a pay-per-view where every match is like that. You know, they do a couple pay-per-views a year. They have Extreme Rules, and then they do TLC, and it's
Well-
like that's like
Have you ever looked how much a folding table costs?
yeah, they're
It's like
fucking expensive.
$150.
That's why this one's fucking 3x2.
It's also plastic. They're
And it's
super
plastic.
cheap.
Yeah. But they are fucking expensive. That's why, I don't have 10 of them in my house throwing my kids through them.
I think CPS wants to have a word with you.
My Buffalo Bills fans can do it, but I can't do it. What the fuck is that all about?
What?
They're
Buffalo Bills fans throw each other through tables because they're fucking
They would knock their kids.
animals.
No. You're talking about children.
Yeah, DSS is coming, man.
Listen, my kids are way tougher than most people.
Especially
Because
Bills
I put them through
fans.
tables.
Yeah.
Football joke, I guess.
Do you know where they play?
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Hence the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
That's Buffalo, South
They play
Carolina.
in Orchard Park, New York. You dumb
I mean, some of that
fuck.
doesn't make sense. Like the Los Angeles Lakers, technically from Minnesota.
Or like all
they
the New
moved.
York football teams that are technically from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not the Bills, though.
No, they're from Buffalo.
They're from
Yep.
Orchard Park.
The Buffalo Sabres, which also have a buffalo, because why not?
Anyways,
Buffalo Bill wasn't even from Buffalo. but let's
Buffalo-based
do it.
sports teams suck. Anyway.
I want so the one thing I liked about the press conference was
You got to see Brandy Rhodes.
well, I mean, it's always a pleasure to see Brandy Rhodes.
She is the
It's
chief
a
brandy
plus.
officer.
That
get it.
That was cute the first time they said it, and now it's fucking annoying.
It's on a t-shirt
I
now.
hate it.
I'm sure it is.
It's so goddamn annoying.
Anything they say is on a t-shirt, and people
AEW is
fucking
Jericho.
buy it up.
Yep.
I want to see fucking. I want to see a weekly television show before
You want to
I buy
see
a shirt.
fucking?
Yep.
Yep.
I do like the new SCU one, and I'm not a huge SCU fan, but the
SCU?
SCU later.
I'm not a huge SCU fan, but I am a huge Bad Influence fan.
Yeah.
I love Kazarian and Daniels. Scorpio Sky's growing on me, but
I like them.
I still like Kazarian and Daniels way
But-
better.
I don't know. Again, it's like I've seen most of the people on their roster wrestle, but I want to see how AEW does it. I want to see the difference.
I want to, yeah.
I keep getting promised.
What shape
oh,
is the
it's
ring going to
different.
be in?
If it's in a fucking octagon or whatever the fuck.
What if it's just a straight circle?
Yeah, it's the Lion's Den from fucking Steve Blackman versus Ken Shamrock.
It just has a cage on it with a top.
Hold on, time out. Ken Shamrock wrestled the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's back.
Good on him.
I forgot about that Lion's Den match.
I
They
just
did
want to
2 of
see
them.
fucking
Anyways,
D'Lo Brown.
Sure.
What's D'Lo up to?
eating pizza.
Good for him. I love pizza.
So
He's from Chicago, so it's the wrong kind of pizza.
We need to get LA Park up here is what needs to happen.
that's someone that Beyond would probably bring in at some
I hope
point.
so.
But like they finally at least announced some matches, but none of the matches were really a surprise, minus Kylie Ray and Nyla Rose. Is there an L in her name?
I think so.
I'm super bad with.
Quite possible.
Did you see
remembering
the second
things.
episode of the Double or Nothing behind the scenes?
No.
No.
Haven't seen the first one either.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
I don't
Nyla.
watch.
There's
Nyla.
an L. That was pretty surprising, but like Bucks for as soon as the Lucha Brothers came out, I was like, oh, it's gonna be Bucks Lucha.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and as soon as Kenny came out, immediately I was like,
Kenny
it's gonna be
Jericho.
Kenny Jericho too. It's going. There's no way that they're not going to
Right,
do that.
which is fine. Now, it sounds like we're being fucking negative Nancy's over
No.
here, talking shit. I think all of us are very excited for AEW,
Yes.
Especially because we don't have to wake up at 2 a.m. to fucking watch
Exactly.
it.
but right. I
We
don't,
might have to spend $45 on a fight or something like that, which is bullshit, but
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, if it's on regular TV,
Double or Nothing won't
They
be on
should.
radio.
no,
That's right,
not Double or Nothing, but whatever.
AEW Tuesday Night Teardown.
Well, it was
Get their
supposed to
own
be
Tuesday night.
Dynamite. I guess it's not going to be Tuesday night, but whatever.
I mean, so here's
I mean, you can still do Wednesday night. Friday night.
SmackDown is moving back to Friday.
Temporarily.
So, yeah, until Fox fucking freaks out because they actually care about ratings.
Yep.
And I don't think that Fox is going to be the thing that's going to save WWE's ratings.
No, I think just slightly better writing.
Yeah. Yep.
No, just right. Instead of just throwing things into a cannon and shooting them and picking
That's
up
why they're
random
doing
words.
the shake-up after Mania. They're going to screw themselves over.
They need to fire some people. I hate to say it, but they need to.
Yep.
Anyways.
But then they'll just go to AEW, like Dean Ambrose.
Oh, and Sasha Banks. And Randy Orton. And John Cena. And Vince McMahon.
And The
Oh my
Undertaker.
God.
The Undertaker, yeah.
The Undertaker took WWE out of all his things, and he's taking bookings.
I thought he didn't have social media.
He just finally started
Yeah, he
one.
started like 2 months
I don't
ago.
even think it's really him. I think it's probably a PR firm.
Yeah.
Because he's like 50, and he's probably like, well,
How do I use
Well,
fucking...
I honestly think it might have been him at first, because if you look at those first couple tweets,
They were nonsensical?
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe that's what they were trying to get
Before
you to
he had the
think.
check mark, it could have been him.
And they were like, we'll give you a check mark if you promise never to tweet again.
Yeah.
All right. Tombstone.
My Twitter could rest.
Yeah, and then he
in
followed
peace.
Tombstone Pizza.
Yeah. Which is genius.
That's funny. I get
Yeah.
it. Because he's the Undertaker.
Dude, I love KFC's
The
marketing campaign with who they
Tombstone
follow.
pile driver.
Herbs
Yeah.
and spices.
Yeah.
Herbs and Spices is a genius.
It is. I follow a bunch of random people, most of which are bots, probably.
Yep. Probably.
Yeah. Hey, and Dr. Sean Stasiak, stop following me and then unfollowing me and then following me back when I unfollow you. I don't care. You were great in WCW, but honestly, I'm not playing this game anymore.
Yeah.
Bye.
Same Z's.
Yeah. I just stopped following, and every now and then I get, Dr. Sean Stasiak has followed you, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know he stopped. I stopped caring. Anyways, AEW is going to do things for wrestling. So it was nice that they didn't just announce matches, though. They started storylines. Now, the thing that sucks is there's no way to build these storylines, really, except being the Elite and these random press conferences they keep doing, because they don't have a show yet.
Yes.
But it was neat to see, like, Penta fucking package pile drive someone in the middle of a press conference.
So, hold on. Double or Nothing is in May.
Correct.
C.
So
Confirmed WrestleMania.
they are not going to have any wrestling until May.
As far as... Because they have that, and they have the unknown Jacksonville show.
With no date.
No date, no information. I'm hoping
It's after May. We know that.
that unknown show that they don't want to talk about yet is going to be their first episode, their first TV
It should be.
taping at and do it like WWF did with Raw. Don't immediately just go to the big arenas. Do a Manhattan Center.
Jacksonville has a mall. Do it in the mall.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it in a mid-size arena. Do it maybe even like a Centrum-size arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
10,000 people.
Yeah, that's a great way to start, just so you can get your footing, because they're making leaps and bounds already. Because you look at the initial AEW announcement party or whatever the fuck that was, we're going to change the world. Hey, Jericho's here. That was one of the worst productions I've ever seen. The sound was off. The
one in the stadium parking lot?
Yeah, it was terrible. But this one in Vegas looked great. It was stable. The audio was great. Everything was better. So they're already increasing their production value.
Where are you going to see NXT?
Lowell.
Okay, so at the Lowell Auditorium. That's like 5,000?
2,800.
Yeah.
2,800?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Small.
See, that's perfect.
I think that's
where
too
Shawn
small.
Michaels lost his fucking smile.
I'm sad now.
But no, that that's the size building that Raw started out in. I hope they don't think like, oh, fuck it, we're gonna go to the Staples Center next week, and then
they should do. There's a University of Jacksonville. Do it there.
Well, they also have to. So I'm wondering if the reason we haven't heard anything about a TV deal is that they have to first. You can't just say, "Yep, we're doing a TV show," because now they have to rent out. 56 arenas throughout the year, weekly. They have to figure out all the travel, and since they're promising their roster everything under the sun, they're probably going to offer travel for all the roster too. They have to plan all this stuff out.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of back when I made my point like 10 minutes ago. So they're not having wrestling until May. What are they still letting like MJF wrestle indie dates?
I think they are. I also don't know what the contracts actually are. They have not released contract details. Now, obviously, if I'm paying you, like let's say top stars, so Paige is probably one of those guys. He's going to be a main eventer for them. They're already talking that him and Pac is probably going to be the first title feud. He's probably making $1 million a year now.
Yes.
If he's making $1 million a year, if I'm paying you $1 million a year, you're not working anywhere else.
Right.
No, you work here. If you have free time, do promotion, do promotional appearances.
Yeah.
Do fucking, backstage stuff. Do things.
Yeah.
MJF just did a match last night, I believe.
Yeah, I know that they're still working.
But he's not going to be a top guy.
No, he's not. But
that's what I'm wondering. Is it
Yeah.
going to be like Ring of Honor, where your low card, your jobbers are allowed to continue working, but your main event, your Flip Gordons, your Jay Lethals, nope, you work for us.
Yep.
Your Young Bucks, your Cody Rhodes, actually.
Right.
But I wonder if they want. I mean, I know that they're like trying to be the anti-WWE, but there's a reason that they've been at the top since the early 90s, since the mid 80s, really.
Right. The XFL didn't work because they tried to be too different.
They should have been more NFL-y and less XFL-y.
Yes. But I feel this time around Vince is going to have learned from his mistakes and said, okay, having no penalties for roughing the passer, shit like that, like we got to make it so guys are safe, but we're still like slightly different. You got to make it just different.
I want
enough.
NFL blitz. I want flaming power bombs.
That's what XFL was, and that's why.
Speaking of which, did you see who they signed as their first head coach?
No.
Stoops from Oklahoma University.
I don't know who that
He
is.
was the coach for Oklahoma for like 99 to 2017.
We're going to get another copyright strike because I'm going to start covering this up. We got a copyright strike. I hope you know that.
I don't know what that means.
For you guys talking about football last week, I put in elevator music and YouTube hit us with a copyright
so
strike.
we didn't get hit.
No, you did because you didn't shut the fuck up when I told you to.
Football.
But we got hit for the elevator music, right? Not for us talking about football?
No, we got hit because you did not take...
Wait, did somebody send you a letter and don't talk about football, or was it just you two dicks not liking football?
We got a letter saying from Timmy, age 5 in Nova Scotia, writes, "Please stop talking about football. It's fucking stupid."
Dear Timmy, go Red Blacks.
I don't know what that means.
It's a Canadian football team.
The Blackhawks?
No, the Red Blacks.
I don't get it.
Cody also, in part of the video for the Double or Nothing, for the second one, talked about, they had this segment where it was him and Christopher Daniels, and some guy came in and said so-and-so called, and they bleeped out the name. And Christopher Daniels was like, well, it sounds personal. Like, do you want to take it? Like, you don't have a opponent yet for Double or Nothing. And he's like, I'll call him when I'm ready. I don't know who it is, but if they're billing it as personal and it's Cody versus somebody, I think it's going to be entertaining.
Who's entertaining?
It's not Kenny.
Maybe it's fucking Hornswoggle.
Maybe it's Goldust.
That's what I'm hoping.
Dust. I don't think Dust is going to leave WWE.
But if Cody is doing this for his dad, if Goldust can be a part of it, he's going to.
But why is Cody doing this for his dad?
Because everything he's done has been to make his dad's name last longer. He's doing it for himself, but it's for the Rhodes name to
there's
last longer.
NXT, right?
No, I
Yeah,
understand
the
that.
promotion that
I
Dusty
understand.
literally
But,
started.
Cody in a thing was talking about like how he did this, like he's trying to avenge his father. His father did WCW and it failed against Vince McMahon. Now he wants to do this and go head to head with Vince McMahon.
To go head to head with Vince McMahon is stupid in the first place. You need to go parallel to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start stepping on Vince's toes, guess
like,
what?
I got billions of dollars.
Everyone's like, oh, Kenny just proves that, money can't buy everyone, blah, blah, blah. No, these are his buddies.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with
Right,
money. It had working with his friends.
If AEW wasn't a thing, Kenny would be in WWE right now.
Yeah.
Because I guess New Japan was like his third option. That's what I read from an interview he did.
The only reason he stuck
Not
around is because they put the
speculation.
belt on him.
Yeah.
And he was IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
The direct quote from Cody was, "It sounds super romantic if you think about it. Dusty Rhodes feuded with Vince McMahon and he lost. And here he is, his youngest son, who is going and trying to cut Vince's head off. It sounds super Game of Thrones. In the back of my mind, when it's just me, I think about it a lot. But I have these guys with me who have different visions. We can't turn the clock back on old wrestling. WCW was freaking awesome. What AEW is going to be is a whole separate animal."
And a leopard can't.
That
change
was
its
like
stripes.
saying three different things in the same quote, though.
Yeah, but he's saying he's trying to, like, do what his father couldn't do.
So he's saying his father was a failure? Fuck you, Cody. Don't talk about the dream that way, you son of a bitch. Get it? Because
And-
now I just made fun of the dream.
And a
like I'm
son of a
bitch.
son of a
Yeah.
plumber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you son of a plumber, bitch. Anyways,
Sing it again, Ricky Biatch. Hey, let's stick with football. Do you remember at the Super Bowl and then the 30 minutes of it was up? And you
oh
can still
god damn it,
hear
I
me.
can still hear you if I put those
and,
on.
and then 30 minutes was up, and then they were like, "Oh, here's Maroon 5," and everyone went, "Ah!" And then WWE was like, we were like, "Yeah, halftime heat, bitches."
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
You know exactly
good
what the
segue.
fuck just
That
happened.
was a good segue.
That's exactly what John and I did.
That
We
was
were
a great
like, "Yeah,
match.
football," and they were like, "Pepsi Maroon 5," and I was like, "I fucking hate Pepsi and Maroon 5."
Big Boy was the only redeeming part of that whole thing.
Fucking didn't see it. I watched
I miss
halftime
Big Boys.
heat.
Big Boys is a fucking Outback now. It sucks.
Abdal's,
Yeah.
Yep, that sucks. In the Midwest, they call them Frisch's Big Boys.
Really?
And they still exist. And
Wow.
they're still the fat kid with a hamburger.
I mean,
I
that
love
was the
fat kids with
spaceship for
hamburgers.
Dr. Evil.
Yep.
It's true.
Yep. I actually have a piggy bank in my kitchen.
A piggy bank big boy.
Yep. And that somehow cursing God.
So
She's
anyways.
like, "That's the Frisch's Big Boy." I'm like, "That's the Amdal's Big Boy." Dummy. And we got into an argument. Turns out we're both right. And
Yeah.
wrong.
So,
Technically, this state is older, so, you know.
halftime heat was fantastic.
It was.
It was this. It wasn't anything revolutionary. It was a lot of the same spots we've seen with these guys.
Yeah.
Just mashed together. It was a best of Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, and Ricochet, and the best of Gargano, Ciampa,
Bad
and
Lads. Adam Cole, baby.
Cole Baby. And that it was fun because that was exactly what it should have been.
Right. It was the baddies against the goodies.
Nobody's out there to go the extra mile and potentially injure themselves or anything. This is
Even though they all went the extra mile and potentially could have been.
no. That's the thing. This was 50% from these guys.
Yeah.
This was not
This was
takeover main event.
regular,
You
yeah.
know, this was not. I'm gonna DDT you. I'm gonna powerbomb you off the ring apron on concrete.
And it's the most watched match in NXT history.
Yep.
Allegedly.
It was great, man. Just I watched it. It was myself, Tom Collins, Joe Landry,
Rest
my
in peace.
nephew, and like my nephew doesn't watch wrestling, and he was like, "Yo, that guy looks like the guy from Scrubs, and he's doing flips and shit." And I was like, "Yep, that's Ricochet."
That is
the
the
guy
most
from
racist thing I've ever heard.
Dude, he looks so much like the
No,
guy
he
from
doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Donald
Yes, he
Faison?
does. No, he
Not
doesn't.
even a little bit.
Liars.
Donald Faison looks more like the guy you want to D-Lo than
Yeah.
than Ricochet.
D'Lo's fat.
So was Donald Faison, but
Anywho.
Yeah.
Adam Cole looks just like Zach Braff. I mean,
No, Adam Cole.
white
looks
guys
like,
all look the same.
Adam Cole looks like, if Shawn Michaels was born 20 years later.
Yeah.
That's just what Adam Cole.
He does do a good super kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like,
And he does a cool running knee streak. He does the Kinshasa better than fucking Shinsuke does.
Who did Shinsuke kill with his Kinshasa? Austin
Everyone.
Aries? Did he smash
Yeah, when
his
he smashed
eyeball
his
open?
face,
Yeah.
Well, he fractured his orbital bone completely.
Need his fucking face off.
Face in.
In, off, on top
Face.
of. I don't know.
God, I love Face Off. That movie's
I'm gonna
amazing.
whack a guy off a guy.
Wait,
whack
hold
off
the
a guy.
fuck on. What the fuck did you just say?
I said, God, I love Face Off. That movie's amazing.
With Nicolas Cage and John
Yes.
Travolta. Get the fuck out of here.
That movie's
It's a
incredible.
pretty decent movie.
That
It's
movie's
not,
fucking
I wouldn't.
stupid.
I wouldn't call it incredible, but
Ugh.
yeah, it's. Come on, you got to think. It's Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage, Nicolas Cage playing John Travolta, who's playing Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah,
It's
Anyways.
amazing.
So
Nope.
I thought Halftime Heat was what I
Was
really-
it hot?
It was sure. I'm assuming
Heat
that the
hot.
crowd at the Performance Center got more than one match. I'm assuming they did some other stuff for them.
I thought they were, because it wasn't like a regular. I don't give a fuck what that says. Wasn't it not a regular audience? Wasn't it like friends and family?
I have no idea.
I think
I
you
don't
said
know.
that.
No, I didn't.
I don't know. I thought one of you boners said that.
Nope.
Well, either way, it was a good match. I don't know if they
I
did
think it was
others.
I think it was neat that it was at the Performance Center and they didn't bother, which is weird because it's like 10 minutes down the road is Full Sail, and they could have just gone there where they already have everything set up, but instead they set up a whole setup at the Performance Center. That's what makes me think there was something else involved.
Yeah, maybe they got to watch New Guys or something. New Guys wrestle a couple matches.
Or maybe it was friends and family, and they were showing the Super Bowl on the screen.
Yeah, well, that's
Probably.
what I'm thinking. The shitty. It's not a Titantron. It's like a.
Also,
Minitron.
Velveteen is a Tom
Minitron.
Brady fan.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
No wonder he sucks.
You love them.
Velveteen or Tom Brady?
Yep.
both.
Nope.
Love them both. So handsome.
I hate Tom Brady, and it has nothing to do with the sport he plays. I hate him.
But that means that you care about him, so that's cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how. What the fuck you're talking about?
No, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That means he's doing his job. He's the perfect heel.
Suck it, Timmy in Nova Scotia. Age 5, you little
So
bitch.
you shouldn't be listening to the show.
Fuck,
Your
Fuck's
parents
wrong
are
with your
terrible parents.
Sorry.
sorry. Let's go to Tim Hortons.
Go
eh?
watch Tayo the Little Bus.
That's racist. What the fuck else were we going to talk about?
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. I love Tim Hortons. Timbits are great.
Timbits.
Timbits and a coffee.
Yep. No, I definitely prefer
Tim Hortons
Tim Hortons
over Dunkies.
Over Dunks, especially when you're. Well, I mean, it's pretty much only outside of New England.
I've never had Tim Hortons.
Oh yeah, no, it is outside of New England because I would say the closest one's Connecticut.
Yeah, so that's outside of New England.
It is.
Connecticut doesn't count.
Nope.
Don't act
They want
like
to be
they
New
do.
York. Just be New York.
Yep.
It's no, but Northern Connecticut is Red Sox fans. Southern Connecticut.
Yeah, but
is
they're also
Yankees
like
fans.
rednecks. It doesn't make sense.
I don't even. You're
Backwoods
just,
Thompson.
You're
Doesn't
just
make sense.
making things up at this
No.
point.
I
I
Have you
know
ever-
people that live in Connecticut,
I
in
do
the north part.
too.
They're all bad drivers.
Yeah, they're all terrible. The worst
Shit.
drivers.
Anyways.
I don't get it.
People complain about Massachusetts and New York drivers. I think it's just because we have to deal with Connecticut drivers that
Yep.
we're so angry.
So, let's talk about. Everyone seems to be freaking out because of the rumors
Rumors.
And innuendos.
and
But mostly
sexual
rumors.
innuendos that they're adding Charlotte to the main event of WrestleMania
Oh,
between
yeah.
Bucky Lunch and Rowdy Rudy Ruru.
I love Bucky lunch.
Bucky Lunch.
I'd eat that lunch all day.
So here's the thing: it's like people.
That was a sexual innuendo, kids.
I know.
Oh yeah, Timmy, ask your mom about that one.
fucker. Everyone's like, Charlotte's gonna ruin that. What the fuck?
The guy ruined Timmy's mom. Oh! Fuck you, you made up little bitch.
Yo, if I use your inhaler, will it make me high?
No.
Damn. It's just a steroid.
Anyway,
Okay. Let's say they add Charlotte to the main
I
event.
think I killed Trash Can.
Let's say they add Charlotte to the main event.
Yes. I'm against it.
Why?
Me too.
I feel like Becky Lynch won the Royal Rumble.
She did.
Sort of fair and square. I don't know. Lana wasn't the best. Lana wasn't number one, so she couldn't walk.
Well,
Right.
Lana's not a good
It's
wrestler,
like,
so...
Lana is the best. Lana is number one leg haver. Because she only had one leg and she couldn't walk. And then Becky Lynch was like, oh, fucking ate potato. I can't do a very good Irish accent.
She
so.
yelled at Fit Finlay. Fit
Yeah,
Finlay
she yelled
gave
at
in and
Fit
said
Finlay,
yes.
and Fit Finlay was like, yeah, I mean, I suppose. And then so she went in and she won, and that was dope. And so you get, like, if she was like, I'm going to challenge Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and Charlotte was like, fuck, I'm on SmackDown, I'll do it too. Charlotte's not even on Raw. Like, if they want to have this dumb fucking brand split, which again I think is fucking stupid, they should have
A brand split?
a brand split. If not, don't.
So, like, obviously, Becky, has the choice, which is funny, because last year, or maybe it was the year before, recently, they made this big deal about you get to challenge for the title of your brand. And then I think it was last year with Asuka where they were like,
Who's she gonna pick?
because they changed the rules every 10 minutes.
Yes. I mean,
So-
It made sense being the first Royal Rumble, women's Royal Rumble, that you could challenge whoever.
So, I mean, obviously, the one thing, just to get off topic for 1 second, is I'm happy that potentially we are finally putting the Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, will they, won't they, to rest. We're finally going to get this over and done with because it's been going on since 31.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sick and tired of it. I want to see fucking Rollins and Balor. I want to see Rollins and KO. I want to see Rollins and Zayn. I want to see Rollins and Styles. I want to see Rollins and anyone but fucking Brock Lesnar.
I liked the Brock Lesnar Finn Balor match at
Brock Lobster.
That was my favorite match of that night.
at Rumble. That was a very good
I'm
match.
still Becky and Asuka.
Yeah,
that
Becky and Asuka was
fucking
way better.
gorgeous match.
Oh,
Not
telling
God
me.
damn it.
You're telling me.
You fucking pervert.
yup. I think the two of the best women's wrestlers in the world, and also two of my celebrity crushes. So
You were
that
gonna.
was cool.
You had a thought though that you were gonna.
Yeah, and then you ruin it.
That's why I sat backwards.
Yeah, but no, that was it. It was cool because it showed that Brock Lesnar could get beat by a little guy.
Bork Lobster.
And apparently he had asked for that match for a while.
Right, and Vince didn't think that it would work.
Vince doesn't like little guys.
Vince doesn't like
which
little
is
guys.
funny because his most over performer, second most over performer of all time, is Shawn fucking Michaels, who was
Yeah.
a goddamn luchador from Texas.
Yep. Yeah. Right. Don't call Shawn Michaels short because he's not. He's 6'1", goddammit.
Yeah.
But he's not.
So is Balor. Balor's got to be 5'11".
Right. You don't need to be made out of a mountain of meat to be a good wrestler. Like
Meat Mountain.
Meat Mountain.
Is that like a meat tornado?
You wish.
You had me.
You had
that
me-
like-
you had me
tornado?
a meat tornado.
Is that like a John Silver, like Tyler Bate tag team?
I'm fucking jacked.
Right.
The
Well,
Meat Man and the Mustache Mountain together? Yeah.
That's pretty good. But like,
My butthole.
Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan,
Even Savage. Savage was not as big as
Savage
people
was only
remember.
like 6 foot, 6'2", something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
and he
Like,
was pretty lean.
Yeah.
He had big upper, but like he was very skinny.
Yeah.
He wasn't like Hogan where he was just like Meat Mountain.
Meat Mountain.
He could also fly. He was one of the first Macho Man was one of the first high flyers I remember in the main event scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
I mean, it was just really an elbow drop, but still, it was like,
But it was
holy
a pretty
shit,
dope
his
elbow
finisher
drop.
is an elbow
But he
drop.
would go so far. Like, I was talking about this on Twitter the other day, like, the difference between him and Kairi Sane. Like, Kairi Sane, that person is right underneath her.
And she gets crazy elevation.
Yeah,
So-
because she's going for height, he's going for distance.
John, I know that you didn't pay attention in school, but let's talk about the difference between Macho Man and Kairi Sane. So boys
Have wieners.
I'm
have
talking
wieners.
about their elbow drops.
Girls have hoo-has.
I thought it was Yoo-Hoo's.
No, that's a drink.
Oh,
It's a chocolate drink.
See-
Chocolate drink.
I thought it was Yoo-Hoo's.
Vajangles.
Hoo-haws.
Anyways,
Bingle bangles.
speaking of which, we were talking
Mr.
about
Bojangles?
Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel like Charlotte's starting to get she's starting to get on the same level as Roman Reigns. How can we shoehorn her into the main event? Now, I'm taking nothing away from Charlotte Flair. She is a fantastic wrestler.
She might be the best from a technical standpoint, from a wrestling standpoint. She might be the best on the entire roster for the women's roster.
Yes. But I don't know. Stop force feeding us.
Yep.
Stop making every single championship match about them.
Especially
It's
because
fine.
we get the opportunity to have Becky and Ronda. Now, like I said,
Why doesn't she challenge Asuka?
I'm not super over on Ronda yet. Ronda is getting better, and if she's in the ring with the right person, i.e. not Nia Jax, not Tamina, not fucking Liv Morgan.
I still don't understand why Tamina's still there.
When she was in the match with Sasha was, because Sasha's a vet. Sasha's a pro.
Sasha's very good at
Sasha
wrestling.
Sasha can work a match, because that's what Ronda Rousey doesn't have. She understands the moves. She understands how to bump. She understands flow.
But she's
But
like
she doesn't know how to call a
storytelling.
match.
Yeah, and storytelling wise, like in ring,
Calling the match is the thing that you really, really need to learn, because you need to call it on the fly. You need to make it look organic.
Right.
Ronda's still learning that, but if you put her in the ring with someone who can do that, you get her a good opponent like like Sasha, like Becky's going to be. You put a good referee in there. You put your Mike Chioda, you put your Charles Robinson in there, and that match is going to be good. Lil Nate, motherfucker, Lil Nate.
Tiny Rick.
Not Tiny Rick, Lil Nate.
Dude, I watched that episode last night.
I'm Pickle.
It's so good.
Pickle Rick.
Tiny Rick.
Anyways, that has my favorite line, or my favorite rant in the entire show, where Morty was like, "You gotta get your shit together. Just gather up all your shit, put it in your shit bag, take it to the shit store. Just get your shit together." Anyways, so they can have a match, and like you said, we have the opportunity to have Ronda and Becky, who will probably put on a very good match.
Yeah.
Then we can have Charlotte and Asuka, who will guaranteed put on a phenomenal match.
The thing about Becky and Ronda, you have Ronda Rousey, who every dick in America, wrestling fan or not, knows exactly who the fuck Ronda Rousey is. And
she's the one with the Pop-Tart hair, right?
She has Pop-Tart hair. That is correct.
Toaster strudel.
So, but then you have Becky Lynch, who, as we've said many a time on the show, that she's fucking great. She's great in ring, and she's gaining notoriety, not to the level of Ronda Rousey, but
ESPN's talking about her.
Correct.
All of the major sports publications who talk about WWE, but they only talk about main eventers. They don't talk about...
Right. They don't know who the fuck Zack Ryder is. I have no
idea.
idea.
Vince doesn't know who Zack Ryder is.
I mean,
I like that whole storyline though from Raw with him and Hawkins.
Yep.
They spelt my name wrong. Like that. All of a sudden, they wrote one of the best stories I think they've ever done about the underdog. Like having Zack Ryder say they spelt my name Z-A-C-H on my lower third. Like, obviously that was intentional, and that's a nice little setting something up. Him and Hawkins, like, reforming the majors, I've never been as excited about a tag team in the last 10 years.
Yep.
Like,
what about Enzo and Cass?
They weren't a tag team. They were a big dude and a guy who went, couple haters, couple haters. Hey, get some Stromboli.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Stromboli.
Make it leopards.
But it's brilliant. It's brilliant what they're
Make
doing
it
with Ryder, because we've talked about people who think Ryder is just this jobber nobody. Ryder used to be the top of the mid card. He was an inch away from main event. He was so goddamn
He won
close.
the IC title at Mania.
That was irrelevant because that was all for fucking stupid ass, dumbass fucking Miz.
That's true.
And Maurice, we gotta get Maurice back in his storyline. Let's have her screw over Zack Ryder. People actually like him. Idiots. But when he won the U.S. title from Ziggler at TLC a number of years ago, it was one of the loudest crowd reactions I've ever heard. Zach, I think I said it last week or the week before on the show. I was at a fucking a Raw where the dark match main event, the crowd only wanted Zack Ryder. We had John Cena. We had CM Punk. I think Reigns might have been there. Like, there were some top fucking names in this match, and Punk left the ring to go backstage and get Zack Ryder and bring him out. Like, this guy was over, and they just dropped the ball repeatedly. Now,
Broski.
with that being said, that is what I'm worried about with Becky, is they're building her up. They're building her up. They've got the crowd behind her. And now, what the fuck? Becky should be in the main event. Becky should be in the main event. Okay, we're going to put Becky in the main event. Oh, she's so boring now. Like, internet, shut the fuck up.
And she's not boring.
Nope.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's doing more. Like, Ronda did so much for the women's division. No, Becky Lynch is carrying the women's division right now. Becky Lynch is the women's division. She has brought so many eyes to that women's division, and I'm not taking anything away from Charlotte or Asuka or Sasha or Bayley or fucking Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott. Like, all of these women have done
some very
so
good
much.
Female wrestlers.
Liv Morgan, every week she gets a little better because she's like 21. She's super young. She's
put her in my
super
pocket.
green. And then she can stick out her blue tongue and go,
Yeah, everyone be like, no, like how people bring their dogs in the store, they like hide them in their coat, and then the dog's head
Liv
pop
Morgan
up.
is just straight adorable.
Yeah,
I
Like,
love that she comes to the ring riding on what's her name's back, Sarah Logan's back.
Sarah Logan is awesome.
Yeah.
Sarah Logan's a
Sarah
sturdy gal.
Rowe.
Sarah Rowe.
I like Sarah Logan.
Breaking the fourth wall.
They got married in Viking style.
Yeah, because that's not a gimmick. That's actually who they are.
That's what they do. I got married in white trash style.
That's not a gimmick. That's just
not a
who
gimmick.
you are. Becky and Ronda can do great things, I think, if the match is done right. Charlotte and Asuka can also...
That could be fucking phenomenal.
Like, we know how WrestleMania... Like, okay, so it looks like this year they're for the first time in a long time, their marquee match, because you know they're going to have a marquee match. They're going to have Triple H versus someone. They're going to have Batista versus... They're going to have someone they're going to have a big fight feel match.
Yeah.
But for the first time, it looks like they're not pushing that into the main event, that they're going to actually give the main event to a title match, which it seems... It's weird because on Raw, Rollins uses the word main event. Cole keeps saying they've earned the opportunity to be in a main event at because that's what they do. They do but we all know
Co-main event.
The main event is the last match on the card. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
If they are actually going forward with Becky and Ronda in the main event of WrestleMania,
The final closing match. Fucking.
the last thing you see at fucking 3 a.m, because WrestleMania is 9 hours long now,
Phelan's sleeping on the floor of Joe Landry's basement, and it's like, can we go home? I'm
and you're like,
no.
shut the fuck up, it's not over yet.
Fucking told you to take a nap earlier.
This woman's gonna be your stepmother someday. Or your stepmistress, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like,
That bit's cool.
so, they're probably, I mean, if they're smart, your 4 main titles, your women's titles and your men's titles, what it will in my eyes, what it'll probably be is, Debray, whoever, Charlotte, Asuka, Brock Rollins, Ronda, Becky. Like, that's the order that the main events will go in.
Totally fine.
Now, so far, no gimmicks at WrestleMania at all have been announced. Now, granted, we have time. We still have Elimination Chamber and Fastlane in between now and Mania, 2 pay-per-views.
Yes. Roadblock, Fastlane, Great
Do
Balls
we
of
have 2?
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, the
'cause
February
February's-
pay-per-view and the March pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, things could
Elimination Chamber,
change.
Fastlane.
Now, I like there to
Roadblock?
be...
I think they got rid of that.
It was Fastlane to WrestleMania. Then there was Roadblock, wasn't a pay-per-view, it was a special.
Great Balls of Fire.
That's after. I don't know if they do that anymore. It's stupid.
That was
anyways.
for
Tuesday
that was
in
for what's it
Texas?
called? That was for Rocket League. That's why it was called that.
Tuesday, Texas, yes.
Because I'm a Rocket League.
So anyways, I like there to be a crazy gimmick match at WrestleMania. Now, we could have the traditional that they've been doing lately, ladder match for the IC title.
I dig it.
I think the IC title and the ladder match have such a history because of Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon.
Yeah, even though Shawn Michaels isn't that good. That's what you say.
Well, he just wasn't nearly as good without the talent that was around him, like Triple H.
No, I'm sorry. You're thinking about The Miz.
Oh, I'm being completely sarcastic. Also, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, and then Mania.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Fastlane's in Cleveland, Ohio, in case you were wondering.
Oh, so The Miz is going to come out and say, Daddy, I love you.
That'll be when him and Shane feud.
It's the fucking worst goddamn storyline.
I don't want that at all.
That is a shitty storyline.
Why are you knocking fucking Dave Cole's artwork around?
Jesus. Listen, I just punched it a little bit. Sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to.
Anyways, do we see Nia Jax versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania? Is WrestleMania going to be the moment where they're like, we need something big? We're going to do our first intergender match, not fucking James Ellsworth, real intergender match in 10 years?
Well, she keeps getting in the face of Dean.
Yeah, but
so
is Dean a work? Is Dean not a work? We don't know. I'm not speculating on Dean right now because it could be.
Dean is IC champion, right?
No, Bobby Lashley is.
Oh, that's right. I apologize. I forgot about that man.
The almighty Bobby Lashley.
Forgot he even
Bobby
existed.
Lashley.
He points at his butthole.
Yeah.
Look at my butthole. No, honestly, I like Bobby Lashley. I hate Leo Rush.
I never liked Bobby Lashley.
I don't like this version of Bobby Lashley.
Leo Rush fucking blows. He is not entertaining at all.
So
in ring, out ring.
No, he's
on
terrible.
The mic, he's.
Excuse me. So, but I like having a gimmick match. The ladder match for the IC title. A number of times we have the marquee match is a Hell in a Cell match or something like that. Which is obviously tough with these arenas because they're open air arenas, and.
How are we not talking about the fact that WrestleMania is happening in New Jersey in early April?
Yeah.
It's going to be cold.
And we don't have an Undertaker match yet. If at all.
You know what? I'm
okay with it. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
it just sucks.
It feels weird.
They need to give him a proper send-off. It doesn't necessarily have to be a match, but I feel like there needs to be a proper send-off for The Undertaker, just like there was for Flair, just like there was for HBK, just like there will be for Triple H. Know he's going to have... But Triple H is going to wrestle until he's 70.
And then he'll lose at WrestleMania. Why
am I blanking? Who did Undertaker wrestle last at Mania?
Last year?
John Cena.
Was it Cena? Was
that
the
squash match?
Yeah.
Because Cena was sitting in the crowd because he didn't have a match.
And he was all sad. He's like, big
and then
match,
they're like,
John, I have a big match and poop my jorts.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, my parents aren't home. So he ran,
Yeah.
Yep. Memes. And then The Undertaker came out.
And had a 19-minute entrance. Oh, what was the thing? Undertaker's charging $25,000 per hour for independent appearances, which equates to about $75,000 just for his entrance.
Is he really doing $25,000?
$25,000 per hour for indie appearances. Everyone keeps saying it's for indie appearances. It's not. That's his booking fee. That's for
that's
autograph
like
signings.
Him
that's
to
for
show up at a fucking
NASCAR
T-Mobile
race and be like, start your engines in peace.
Yeah, exactly.
And give me
$25,000.
25 grand. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
If you want me to hang out, it'll be another 25. I'm tired and hungry. And Michelle McCool, yeah, she does shit. It's great. Is that him falling asleep in the back?
That's just him sitting.
That's what you hear the entire time the picture's being taken.
And I bet it's $25,000, and then his autograph fee is probably like $150.
Oh yeah. If Sting is 90, he's definitely 150.
Fuck! I wish they wrestled.
I know.
Spooky Sting against The Undertaker. That'd be pretty cool.
And Sting could have carried that match.
Woo!
It's not Seth Rollins'
It's a different woo.
It's a different woo, but it's a good woo.
It's more like a woo!
Yeah, with the hands.
Yeah, you got to echo it.
Yeah.
You do.
Just like this episode of Z Nation I was watching last night. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, I don't know if
I like it better than The Walking Dead.
Well, yeah.
I like it because it's goofy and it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yes.
I think that WrestleMania so far is shaping up to be good, and I think that to say that Vince is afraid of AEW is stupid. He's not afraid of them, but I think he's starting to pay attention to them. He's starting to look and say, you know what? They do have a pretty good product.
And I'll buy him out in 2 years.
Who do you think is the best match for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania right now?
The Miz.
But we know that's
I'm
not
not
gonna-
watching
I'm just kidding.
I'm
Yeah.
not watching WrestleMania if that's the
I think
case.
it's going to be Samoa Joe.
Ugh.
I know, but I think that's who it's going to be.
Samoa Joe sucks.
I know, you hate
He's
Samoa
really
Joe.
good on the mic. He's really talented. He's boring as fuck.
He's super good in the ring. I don't care what anyone says.
There's plenty of other guys who are super good.
Him
in
and
the ring.
Styles and TNA was fucking...
I like him, just every time I start to like him, he gets injured. It goes away.
Wendy.
I don't think he's that good.
Well, with the shakeup happening too after WrestleMania, do we see someone invade SmackDown to challenging? You know, something like that.
It could happen.
Finn Balor.
Like a preliminary trade.
Finn Balor.
Yeah, Balor Debray would be really, really good.
It's
But
probably
I
going
mean,
to be Balor's probably going to be IC champion at that time.
you know what?
Oh, yeah,
you
that's true.
know who it could be? I think it could be someone who's returning. KO, Zayn, Bray. Bray makes sense because he's teamed with Rowan now. Debray's teamed with Rowan. And I think
I
we're
don't
going
want
to
that
see
to be a
a
gimmick
faction
match.
feud.
It will.
I don't think it'll be
I
a gimmick
know.
match, but I think it's going to be
But
a
it's
faction
Bray,
feud.
so it'll be a gimmick match.
Not necessarily.
It's Bray at Mania.
Because Bray's going to come back as a face.
But it's going to be him trying to lure Rowan back to him.
I don't think it will be. I think it'll be "You're dead to me" kind of thing.
Does he come back with Harper? Because I'll be so angry. Harper deserves it.
The other option,
Does
I
he?
think...
That Harper
Does
Dolph
he-
Ziggler IC ladder match
Does he
was freaking
deserve
amazing.
it? I don't know.
Hold on. Jeff Hardy, Daniel Bryan.
Jeff
But
Jarrett.
does Jeff put
Daniel
butts in
Bryan?
seats like that?
Yes.
At his age now.
Yes. He
If he's
still does.
doing flipsies.
Because Jeff Hardy doesn't matter how broken
Flippies.
he is, and that's I know what you're saying.
Delort.
Yeah. He will put his body on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will do things that he should not be doing
Like
just
meth.
because. No, he doesn't do meth.
Well, then you better break
coke.
him before he comes.
Well, that's the thing. Matt has transitioned his character on Twitter to this hybrid Matt Hardy / broken Matt Hardy character.
Yep.
And
Mended
He owns
Matt
the rights
Hardy.
now.
he has also said, I am not retired. And he keeps posting this, like, the history of his career. He has this, like, 200 thing thread
Yeah,
that he's
the
been doing
pictures.
for, like, 3
Yeah.
months.
Yep.
I opened the door for Stone Cold Steve Austin at King of the Ring.
It's true, he did.
Jeff was there too.
So I believe that we are on the cusp of a Matt return as well, and having Jeff in the WWE Championship match, winning the title, feuding with Matt. I think Brother Nero versus Broken Matt could be a very, very good feud for WWE.
I think you have to break him before.
Well, yeah. And I think that him coming in as because he's what's his Twitter handle now, like Broken Version 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think having him return as Mattitude Matt Hardy,
Yep.
you know, V1.
But I'm talking about Jeff. I think you have to have Jeff as Brother Nero come Mania.
I'm thinking even less Brother Nero. Does Jeff own the rights to Will-O-the-Wisp?
Jeff's
Because
name
that's
right
a
now is
character that nobody in WWE has really ever seen unless they watched a very short time in TNA. And I think the Willow character, the masked Hardy, was really, really well done, especially when he debuted as Willow, where the lights went out. They were only out for a good 15 seconds, and the lights came back on, and he was on top of the cage and swantoning off onto someone. It was a really, really great debut for the character, and I think that might be something that WWE wants to look at. Hey, what are you showing me?
his name on Twitter is Brother Nero deleted.
So it really looks like they are pointing at the Broken Universe finally coming to WWE, because they had the fucking Walmart brand of it for a while.
Right.
And I liked the Woken Universe because it was
Yeah.
the Broken Universe with different names. That's all it was.
Right.
Mower of Lawns, fucking the Lake of Reincarnation, blah, blah, blah. It was the goofy 90s wrestling shit. Fuck,
Yeah.
80s wrestling
You
shit.
put it into 2K19. Like,
Yeah.
it was that popular for you.
So I think Daniel Bryan versus Jeff Hardy is a really, really smart way to go for WrestleMania, to shoe in the Broken Universe, to shoe in Brother Nero, and
You successfully talked me into it.
That's
I went
what I
from
do.
I don't think that would be interesting to no. Now I'm kind of
now
okay
you
with that.
really want to see
Yeah,
that
now I
match.
want to see it happen.
And not to mention Daniel Bryan and Jeff Hardy would put on a hell of
Yeah.
a match.
Yep.
They
You know?
jump
Yeah.
off stuff.
You
and-
successfully made Daniel Bryan an afterthought to me. Like, oh, and he's facing Daniel Bryan? Okay, yeah.
You know, and like have in the middle of the match have like Vanguard 1 fly in or something like that, just to like kind of hint at it, but not, or like,
Dude, what if he breaks the wooden title and Daniel Bryan has had the other title inside it the whole time?
that doesn't even make sense. I do not think
What
you
the
understand.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
Just
the weirdest thing you've ever said.
It's just like a case.
Unless he just lights it on fire, because I'm okay with that too.
He lights it on fire and they find a way to burn it and then get
Have it become the leather title?
Yeah.
Dude, yep.
or
Wrestling's fucking
since
stupid.
they're doing weird titles, just like when Jeff had his own title in TNA, maybe debut, because he owns that title. That wasn't an official TNA title. He owns that title design.
I didn't know he had a title in TNA.
Yeah, it's his mask as Willow, but as
Oh,
a
okay.
title belt. People hate it. I actually think it looks really neat. I'll show you after the show, but
Okay.
actually, I think that's the show. I think we officially booked what we want for WrestleMania. Go ahead and say
Fact.
anything.
Don't forget powerslam.tv. Use promo code BladeJob. You get 30 days free.
30, 30, 30.
CZW, Bar Wrestling,
Rev Pro.
Rev Pro, Big Time Wrestling. You can watch a ton of cool wrestling. Give it a try, and if you don't, you're a wiener. Just like Timmy's mom.
Don't be a wiener. Be a winner.
Good night, everybody.